and all that. Well, we'll just be happy for them, and I hope that someone tweeted, immediately got promotion. I hope they won't, get to stay at the government house. You know what that means, right?
I don't know what I mean.
Okay.
I don't know what I mean.
I know what I mean.
I don't know, but seriously, for Heartland, it's very impressive that they've come back at the first attempt.
Yes.
Awesome, because sometimes if you don't make it back the first time around, you might find
yourself. I don't stay there.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they've come back first attempt, and you're hoping this time around that the management, they've learned their lessons.
Yes.
The way they went down last year is just embarrassing. I mean, regardless of perceived poor officiating, whatever,
the last day,
you don't abandon the match.
Yeah, you don't even abandon the match.
I mean, that was criminal.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they left the pitch and lost the points and got relegated.
Yeah, because they knew they were already going on relegation. There was nothing. But then
they could have played on the game. They could have played on the game. They could have gotten something out of the game.
And not do it curious and all that and just get out of it. Yeah.
Before we get to that again, there's always been this challenge. I mean, you celebrate when you get to the top flight, but if you're not careful, like Tayo said, immediately you go back because the challenges is bigger than the NNL. Teams see you as easy pickings. Some teams want to get 6 points off you because you're just coming back and probably don't know how it is.
I don't think it doesn't happen most times like that, because we know how the likes of MFM, came in and all that, grew through the ranks and get into the MPFL. Ikodo United came in, but they just couldn't stay and they went back. But then a club like Heartland is a traditional club. So I don't think Heartland club should have that problem. No, I don't think so, because they've got the structure, they've got the players, they've got the coaches, they even got the money. I mean, they know how exactly. So if they were able to go through how many games, NNL is even more difficult than the MPFL. That's the why I say, because you have more, you travel around, you have more clubs and all that. So for you to be able to, navigate that and get back to where you were coming from, I think it's a good one for Heartland. Not just that, I think they will stay. I'm not sure they're going to go back.
All right.
We know clubs that will always go back.
Okay, so
I'm not going to say anyone, but I think they will stay, because what happened last season was more like a fluke. It wasn't like the Heartland that we know. We understand they had problems, they had issues and all that. If they solve those issues, I'm not sure Heartland will go back.
Okay, if they solve those issues, right? Yeah. So that's
which I think they've done. That's why they were able to go back immediately.
One example of a traditional side that has been, promoted severally.
Shooting.
I mean, come on, we don't even need to think too long about that.
They go, they come.
Yeah,
they go and they come. But Heartland hasn't been like that. It's the first time for them, right?
So basically, they have to put everything in place to ensure
that's it. And I'm sure they will stay.
That doesn't happen. Now, we have a tweet coming from a Heartland fan. Obviously, Pascal Ebuka says, Heartland have made me proud. At least I can watch them play live football at the Dan IM Stadium next season.
Right,
that's good for them.
Yeah. All right. Let's come to your turf now. We'll be doing this probably for, large period of the show. Let's go about women's football, the Super 4. You've been monitoring this. So let's just get your impression generally. Okay, that's what's going to go down today. Day 3.
Yeah, and these games obviously are going to be played together, because Aisha Faludu was talking on Sport Tonight last night, because he says she doesn't want any hanky-panky. That's what she is.
So
and so
simultaneously.
Precisely. So one is going to be played at the health ground. That's what we're talking about, School of Health ground in Benin. And the second one will be played at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. So I think Rivers Angels and Biosoko, we know Rivers, of course, they are out. No matter what happened today, already they are out, because they didn't win any game and also
lost back
0 points and all that. Biosoko, of course, they've got a point. Hopefully they beat Rivers. I think they still have a chance. Delta Coins and Narasawa Amazons, that's another tough one. That's why Amazon just be thinking of how they can consolidate
6 points already.
6 points already. And
Cecilia, when the Super 4 started, when we knew the composition of the Super 4, Nasarawa Amazons, how many people out there gave them a chance of actually coming close to win this tournament? They're really close now.
I felt they would be close, but I didn't know they were going to be.
They've done this?
Because I was looking at Rivers Angels and also Nasarawa, and of course Bayelsa Queens. Bayelsa Queens, much later at the end of the second half of stanza of the season, that was how they picked up, and they were been able to maintain that consistency. So we're looking at those 3 teams. I wasn't looking at so much of
Nasarawa. What have they done?
But Nasarawa, I think they just, when people are not really looking at you, you don't have anything to lose. You want to throw everything at it. Rivers Angels were favorite because obviously defending champions, Provision Cup and all that. And the kind of players they had, we saw some Chema Wogu,
those players,
household names. Most of them have don't really played, the season. But then we've got names, we've got these players, you know, when you look at the team, the squad, someone says actually the Super Falcons and all that, the national team and all, except that some of them had left the club. But the kind of experience the players have, the kind of support they get and everything, you just ask yourself, they just had, to me, they just had a bad week. I think that's the only way I can describe what has happened to Rivers Angels. There's nothing else, because they've got the players, they've got everything. And it's a neutral ground, so it's not if there's any home favorites or anything.
Not trying to place an excuse in the box, but those games coming back to back, did he have any fatigue?
Maybe the ITO Cup they played, that could be it. But I think they've got depth. Did you see their bench? I mean, I look at their bench every time. Looking at Evelyn Wambuku, I'm looking at she's on the bench, Choma Wogo on the bench, and Njoko on the bench. I'm like, okay, these are stars. These are the girls, you know, who were at the outside Evelyn at the last Nations Cup in Cameroon. So they've got the depth, they've got everything. I think the coach should be able to rotate his squad. I just feel they just have a bad week. That's the only way I can describe it. It happens, but this one is a tournament, is a Super 4. It's just 4 teams, so you don't have the chance to pick up. So if you win your first and second game, you're in. But if you don't, there's no chance for you to, you know, try to make up for the lost ground. They didn't have that time, and that's what happened to Rivers Angels. They just have a bad one. So I think, well, they can fight for the 3rd place now if they can, but I don't. That's going to be very difficult. I think that there's just no point. So
it's campaign over.
It's a sad one. It's a sad one.
Disappointing for them.
Just if they can pick up the 3rd spot.
Play for pride. Don't end the competition with 0 points and build on that next season.
You okay? That's what they have to do.
Yeah, you talked about Aisha Folode earlier. I mean, chairperson for the Nigerian Women's League, Football League. I mean, she's had a lot to say. She had a lot to say before the tournament started. Now we're down to just one more match day, and she's still been speaking on the achievements of the tournament so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's excited, and that's the reason.